Sorry, I was listening to that music this morning. Good morning. It is Wake and Bake. And I just got done with my little morning meditation. That was it right there. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot. It just takes something, right, to get you going. I was putting on my bracelets and singing the Highwomen. That's my song, that's my song. So as you jump on this morning, say hello. It is day one of us, was it flipping the script? I'm going to go ahead and go into the comments here and let the admins and mods know. I think I renamed the group. It's like I'm trying to be admins and mods. I'm looking for like the one with all the names. So as you jump on this morning, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from. We are live in a couple of places today. We're live on YouTube. We're live at Hometown Hippie. If you are on YouTube, do me a favor, look below and hit that subscribe and like button and tell a friend about it, right? And share it out. We really appreciate that. Live on Facebook for Wake and Bake. As you can tell, I look a little bit more re-energized, a little bit more myself this morning, right? A little bit less like weepy and all the things. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of my Grateful Fed cohorts here, my trippy hippies. Y'all know how to make a girl feel good. But I'm going to tell you what, I think that we are so programmed, right? We are so programmed when we see things where, like, I post like, I'm just saying this. And the reason I say a lot of those things, I get a lot of like, hey, don't worry about those bullies. And I'm like, I am worried about those bullies, but I am worried about somebody else worried about those bullies, right? And my post yesterday, I said all of the things I said basically to say to you, right, that, your mess can be your message and you control that 100%. What happens in your space, what happens in your universe, you control, right? Now, speaking of Wake and Bakes this morning, Facebook is also hiding me in the lowest caverns on Facebook. So I'm going to go over here and make sure I'm live, number one, showing up because the internet's kind of wonky today. Turning the volume all the way down. And I'm going to do a few little like taggings here. And I am on time and I am early and all the things. Like I am not, I'm going to tag Dwayne Osel today, because it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Dwayne, if you catch this on the replay of the live. Let's see who else we can catch. Let's see if we can catch some different people out today. I'm going to tag some of my cousins on here sometimes because they never catch it live, right? Let's see here. Elizabeth. Let's see. I'm tagging some different folks today. People that pop into my mind. And one person's been popping into my mind a lot today. A couple of people, actually. I'm going to tag a few folks like that and see if it comes up. But again, I know that Facebook can be a little wonky, but I do it anyhow, right? We're going to keep doing it anyhow. I cannot believe. I guess I am on time today. This is the time that Wake and Bake is supposed to be, and I'm wondering if 10 o'clock is a better time. Debbie, yes, you Debbie. Debbie, I haven't talked to Debbie in a while. Good morning. Please say hello as you jump on here. I am trying to get some folks over here. This is the normal time for Wake and Bake, but I have been late every time. Like I've been at 10 o'clock almost every time. Good morning. I'm not sure. It's not showing me who that is. It's saying Facebook user, but I think over here it is. There we go. Can you help me out here, admins and mods? Heather, you're showing. This one is showing user, and I'm not sure who that is. I'm trying to find it. I don't see it on my feed, but good morning. I was just saying that Facebook keeps hiding. Good morning. So it is doing this for a lot. It is showing me. I am trying to get my thing to pull up. But anyway, it is Wake and Bake. It is the first day that we have kind of flipped the script to get back to basics. And the words and the phrase, this is interesting. I have been sketching out how the next several months Munchie the Bug boxes look. I had been so busy that I get to the last week of the month and I'm like, oh crap, what are we doing for next month? And I had some ideas and I kind of flip them around. But this month for August, we're going to announce Wednesday. We're going to announce Wednesday. Sorry, y'all. When I say this is Wake and Bake Live, I legit woke up at 8:30. Well, I went up at 7. I got up at 7 and did a little stuff in the bed. But I laid down and I was like doing my right, and I fell back to sleep. And that happens sometimes, and that's okay. I give myself grace for that. But I got up like 8:37. I'm like, look, it's the new week. It's a new profile format. It's a new format in the group. And I'm going to 1,000,000,000,000,000% be on time for Wake and Bake this morning. And I guess the times for Wake and Bake need to be 10 o'clock, maybe. Everybody's like, hey, 9 o'clock a little early, damn it. I get that. Plus, you're like in the shower and doing all the things to get your day ready, too, because I just got done. I literally, the coffee was brewing, and I had to, pour it as the coffee was still going. Have you ever done that? Anybody, tell me in the comments, yes or no. Number one, yes or no, do you drink coffee? I see Heather Johns is here, so I know that she does. Because she's caramel little. Which I'm out of caramel, and I need to do that today, so. It's so funny whenever we have new treats. Sometimes we get lots of orders, and there'll be like one left, and I'm like, that's mine. I deserve that. I've worked on to try these. I'm feeling great today. I am. I have had the last couple of weeks, and when I say frustrations, I showed y'all a couple of other things, right? We had some rigmarole with age member groups of not age of group members, people, kids being kids, right? No big deal. I had just some, y'all understand, right? You love coffee, so yeah. So if you love coffee, right? Sometimes all the things, right? Have you ever needed your coffee to the point where it's brewing, but it's like, I need a sip of this coffee? So you take the coffee pot out and you can it'll stop brewing. Or back in the day when it didn't stop brewing, I've seen my mom catch a cup of coffee with her cup. See her catch a cup of coffee. We had a commercial coffee pot one morning, and we had both, I don't know when the stories come up, but we go with what comes up, right? We had gone out. My mom and I, those you don't know, my mom and I were restaurateurs. My mom was a restaurateur my entire life. So my parents were very entrepreneurial. My mom had a restaurant when I was younger, but then she sold it when I was a senior. I grew up in a restaurant. And then we sold it when I was a senior because my mom got sick for the first time. She got cancer for the first time in 1991, 92. And she did not tell us. She thought that she was going to die from it because she was scared to death back in the 90s. So she did not think, because she had been our everything, that we'd be able to handle it. And it was my senior year of high school, and she didn't want me not to go to college and not to have a good senior year. So she didn't tell us. But what she did is that she left our family. She's like, peace. And she's like, I figured y'all were going to have to live without me. So I wanted to be able to make sure that I could see how you did before I went away from here. And I wanted you to be mad at me, so if I died, it wouldn't hurt your feelings. And I was like, Mom, that is so off fucking bad. I did not know my mother had cancer that year until I had graduated from college. I just said she was selling the restaurant because she was tired, and she said she wanted to make sure that I didn't have to have a big college debt, which I still did, which is bullshit, but she was just sick and needed to sell the restaurant. Because, I was going to college, and she knew I would stay there and run it and never leave. And I came home from college, and it wasn't even my senior year. It's probably my sophomore year, 2 years. And I found, I was looking for something for my financial aid, y'all. And I opened up our rollaway desk, and I'm going to get back to this coffee story. This came up from that, but we're going to go with it. And I found a letter, and I'm nosy. It wasn't written to me. It was just a card. And I opened it up, and I was reading this letter, this card that one of my mom's friends had written her about it, and how she's so, she was talking to my mom about, I'm sorry you had to stay in the hotel room. Why didn't you tell us? We would have been there. Even if you couldn't let your family be there, we would have been there. She didn't let anybody do it. She did it all by herself. She thought if people thought she was sick, they'd stop supporting her restaurant. She didn't want to be a victim. So my mom would have the restaurant, acted like nothing was wrong. And she would go get her chemotherapy and radiation treatments for she had a little bitty spot at the bottom of her lung. And she would stay at the hotel beside the hospital overnight. Everybody thought she had a boyfriend in Richmond. She never disputed the rumors. She just let them go with it. She just said it had something to do. They thought she was open. People thought all kinds of stuff. but she was up there and getting her treatments and doing it all by herself and didn't tell a friend, didn't tell a soul. And I remember being so pissed off at my mom for that, right? And but then at the same time, like after she passed away, and we talked about it later on, I also felt very sad that she thought that that's how she had to do it, and it just really broke my heart. And I know that I think that story came up to remind me that as weak as I felt yesterday, expressing all those things, and when I tell you I don't, I think that story came through to remind me that you don't have to do it alone. And if you're watching this, you don't have to do anything alone. We're a community, and we're gonna. I don't know. I did not know that was gonna come up today. Huh. But anyhow, she got better, and she kicked that's ass. She kicked his ass twice before she succumbed, on the third time. But she and I, when I came back home, she got better. She got her feet under her again, and then after I graduated college, 96 and 98, we reopened a new restaurant, which is where I kind of grew into my own business acumen, all of those things. We started owning more restaurants and businesses, and we had gone out one night. And my mom and I were like best friends in the whole wide world. I loved my mom, two pieces. She loved me. I mean, we were tight, and like real tight. And we had gone out. We always closed at like 9 or 9 o'clock at night. Like we're like, you eat dinner by 9, you don't need to eat dinner. So we were closed by 9. And most of the time we were able to hit the little local like country bar, right? If we didn't drink where we worked, we had a little restaurant bar. So sometimes we just close it down. We'd all sit there and crank our music up, clean the restaurant, do it at our own pace, and drink and laugh and dance and just have a good time with our friends. We did that a lot. But on this particular occasion, we had gone out to and we both of us we just got full of ourselves, and we were having a great time, and it was like draft beer and shots, and it was woo woo shots. And I remember they ended up making a picture of these, like it was like cranberry juice, vodka, blah blah blah. It's like a woo woo is what they call it. But we got so drunk that we would go woo woo, right? And then by the end of the night, they're like, if y'all yell woo woo, woo woo, the whole bar would just yell it. We got poured into the car and driven home, and then poured into the bed. But we had to open up and feed the whole town for breakfast. We had a big, we cooked breakfast. We were open at 6, and there at 5 making bacon and potatoes and stuff, right? And we were both. I mean, it was like we had like 2 hours sleep. We were still sick to our stomachs. We had to scramble eggs. Mom was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. I was like, I don't even. We gotta get this shit done. There's nobody else to do it. I was like, can we call the night staff in? I'm like, they went home at 9. I'm like, can we call the nighttime ladies in and have Barbara and Alice come out and cook breakfast, and you and I come back and cook dinner tonight and flip the script? She's like, no. She's like, at this time we can't. So we would have thought about that shit last night, about 15 woo-woos into it we could have, but now we're stuck. So then we just leaned into the fact that, hey, let's just go. She's like, get the coffee ready. And I was like, all we had to do was like put the coffee filters in and hit the bun button. We had two pot burner and then 2 pots on top. So we had 4 coffee pots. And we usually started a pot of decaf each. And we started 2 pots of regular that morning. Mom's like, we put our cups, we held our cups under it. Mom's like, I gotta have this coffee. We drank the coffee. Mom's like, this is not working. I was like, it's not working for me either. So we ended up getting a beer. And I was like, you know what? You can't beat them. Join it. She's like, let's just get drunk. We'll do it again. We can do this drunk. We just can't do this hungover. I'm like, you are right. You are right, Mom. You are right. I was like, let's do it. She's like, drunken eggs. I was like, drunken eggs. And we may have had a couple more beers that morning, and I may have had good morning. I may have had a couple more bong hits that morning. There were plenty of days when my mom and I worked together, not just for coffee, like you need your coffee, but I would be in my salty ass mood, right? I would be like, and she would look at me. She's like, if you don't go get a bag of weed and cheer the fuck up, you don't go get your medicine. I was like, yes, ma'am. And she said, go get some money at the restaurant, go get a bag of weed, and come back when you're ready to work. And that's my mom for you. And I love my mom. God, my mom was awesome. My mom is amazing. And I was not going to cry this morning, y'all. But it is Wake and Bake Monday mornings. It is It is our first Monday where we're going back to basics. And that word right there, back to basics. When I was telling you about the Munchie of the Month, that is the phrase that has been coming up for me. Just back to basics. And I've seen it everywhere because, like back to school has back to basics, all the basic supply needs. Um, and everything. I'm like, let's just go back to basics. Like, let's go back to, I gotta cut this. It is hot today. In my office, for some reason, it just feels a little stifling this morning. But back to basics. So when we say that, um, y'all do y'all want to know? I was gonna wait. Another Jersey girl in the house. What's up, Katie? I can't see names. I know Lisa Phillips. Is this Lisa Phillips? This is Katie, I bet. Um, but yeah. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. So if you love your coffee like I do, and this is what I had to do this morning. Right? I got up so late that I had to go in there and that is the last cup of coffee I have with my good creamer. Like I emptied my creamer out this morning. Well, it's funny because I've been trying to get in touch with Katie. That's why I tagged her in this. And Katie, hello. Because I am starting to see, right? There are some places and parks that need our community, our Canna community. And for those of you that don't know, you have to get StreamYard permission, and sometimes it just had an update, so everybody had to go back in and re-give them permission to see to see the names. Um, so there are some things that I have been presented with, right? Let me go back to this. For those of you who don't know, Katie is from New Jersey. Katie and I met through our other businesses, which is Pure Romance. Katie is a light worker. Kaylee is a healer. I definitely want to have Katie in here to say hi to y'all one day soon. Um, she's definitely somebody, and Katie, I know that you're cool with this because we love each other, and you tell your story. But Katie is somebody who very much has made a mess into a message. She has taken the power of the universe and she has learned to harness it, and she has learned to live in abundance. And her story is one that I would love to have on my podcast. That's what I was calling her about today. I'm going to ask her right now. So I would love. I'm booking a podcast, and Katie is someone who I would like to have on my podcast, and I'd like her to tell her story about cannabis and her magic, because that's what we're about: the duality of understanding how cannabis works to fulfill and to help you with a fulfilling life, how you can use it as an ethnogenic tool for spirituality to maybe cut that brain and slow that brain down to allow you to connect to source. Or you can use it as medicine to help with, because it's the indicative. It helps create homeostasis in your body, right? And Katie is someone who we are very much on a very similar path, right? I feel like it's the country mouse and the city mouse, right? She's the city mouse, I'm the country mouse, and together I feel like probably next year we'll be making some beautiful music together in some ways. I want to invite her to be a part of some things. And here's the thing, right? She may go do her things completely where she does her things. And I may do my things completely where I do my things. But I know that there are moments where we come together and we make beautiful magic. And it's just interesting how that works. Katie is a Reiki master, esoteric. She does all the things, and she's pretty phenomenal. Um, and I just wanted to. I was going to ask her today. I asked her to have a meeting with me this week. So I wanted to talk to her about something, and that was it. There's a couple of things I wanted to connect her to. Some things that were really like not my bag, right? Like a little too much for me. But Katie loves too much. Like she does all kinds of cool stuff that like I just don't do. And there's a women's retreat coming up for a group locally. And I feel like she's a better fit than I am. And I wanted to ask her if she would like to take that spot and be a part of it. And I'll talk to you, Katie. I have all kinds of things I want to share with you. But I definitely believe that the universe does not make mistakes. And whether people have been put in your path or my path or whatever path in a life fulfilling way, right? A life sustaining way, or even in any kind of like, even in a bad way, right? There are people who the universe sends to us for lessons, and there are karmic moments, right? And yesterday we were talking about Whew. Weird. 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 That's just this is something that I'm getting. I don't know. I feel like somebody is like, sorry, this has never happened, y'all. That was that's I think I just I think I don't know what happened, but I will I gotta talk to I got a session today with Carly. Thank goodness about that. That's weird. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. We'll talk about that offline on Thursday night. So but we're talking about back to basics, right? Back to basics. We're talking about download. I don't know what that was. That was something different. I almost feel, y'all, this is gonna sound crazy. It's not, I say that. I keep saying this is gonna sound crazy. Because when I say that to y'all, it's because it sounds and feels crazy to me because I'm so new to this, right? I'm so new to this experience. That when these things happen, it was almost like my mom wanted to come in and like talk through me. And it was like she was like, I was like, no, no, I don't know, I don't like that. Like it was weird. Like it was my mom. I pulled my mom through it. I've never ever done that before. I've never ever done that before. And here's the thing, right? This is my safe space, and I did not know that was just like my mom was like, I'm gonna creep in while she's like talking to people. That was so my mama style too. Like, back off, Julie. Come on, Julie, get off my back now. Woo! And that was a really vulnerable story about my mom and I, right? A mediumship. I have no desire for mediumship. I am a preacher, not that's what I tell people all the time. Like I was listening, and Katie, I need you to Katie KDO. I need you to look on Spotify because this is also going to be very much resonating with you. I want you to listen to the Highwomen, and it's called the Highwomen. That's the song named after their title album. Okay, so y'all knew it was coming. When you told the story at the end, I heard, now you know why I love you. You're doing, no, yeah. Um, but in that song, right? There's like the first one. It's like we are the daughters of all of the daughters of a silent generation, right? But it starts off talking about a mother, a healer, a freedom rider, and a preacher, and all of those verses really touch me. But whenever at the end, and for some reason with Sunday sermon, I've always felt like I have been called to spread a message, always my whole entire life. And it's interesting. My mom is here, y'all, and she is not going anywhere, and I'm okay with it. But it's kind of weird, and I'm gonna need somebody to tell me what's going on. I'm gonna need a more woo, like a more adult woo person to like come handle this because I'm not ready for it. Woo! It is all over me, y'all. I have like tingles. My skin is it's like my back feels. I don't like this at all. Oh my gosh. I do. I love the feeling. It's like it's like my mom is such a big, like, shining light, right? And she's so like, that's why I'm hot. It's like all this heat in here. I mean, I am literally like, it's probably 70 degrees in here. I'm just out of the shower. Oh, I am sorry. I am so sorry that I did this online. I don't know. It's not what I intended to do, YouTube and Facebook. I was wake and bake. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you too, Mama. But man, I'm on live right now. I'm on the internet. Give me a minute. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm not. I was not prepared. I was not expecting this. It's not something I even know what it is. I feel a little cuckoo right now. But um, whew. in that song, there were 4 verses. And I'm going, the last verse of that song, that is where, like, the other parts of that song, I get emotional, right? When I'm listening to, you know, we left Honduras when they killed the Sandinistas, talking about like the journey through Mexico and how she got her family here, right? How she got her family and everyone remains, all of them survived except for me, right? And it's okay. I sacrificed to make sure as a mother, my family was safe. And then the other one was about a healer and how she touched the world. And I get emotional. I'm like, she was just doing what she was just a light worker. And they hung her at the state. I feel I cry, my heart hurts for those people. But when it gets to the last verse, when it says, I was a preacher, my heart hurt for all the world, but preaching wasn't righteous for a girl. It's like I am saying those words, right? And this is, in the springtime, I was baptized in the mighty Colorado. And in the winter, I heard the hounds, and I knew I had been found. So with my Savior's name, I laid my weapons down, but I am still around. And there is something on that verse, right? There's something in that verse that doesn't make me sad, but it empowers me. When she says, but I'm still around, I'm like, that is my ancestor, right? That is my ancestors. And I know that's right, because I got my mom's like, yep, I'm telling you, my mom would say shit like that too. And I'm like, I don't need you to hype me up like I'm 12 again, but thank you, Mom. It's weird. It's so fucking weird, y'all. And it was like, and I'll take that ride again and again and again and again and again. And it's saying that each of us, if you are if you're the mother, if you are the healer, if you are the freedom writer, or if you are the preacher, like all of those spirits, even if they were in that day and that divine feminine power is rising again, and it's no matter where you are in that song, you recognize yourself. You recognize yourself in that, and that song is a powerful, powerful ballad. And I'm almost willing to play it and get banned off Facebook, but I don't want to. It's that important to me. But Facebook is so weird. But if you follow me on TikTok, I definitely play it over there. I don't care. The Chinese government's like, sue us if you want to. I'm getting money to pay you. I don't care. Like, we own America anyhow. Please, I honestly do. But that is something, and I remember being a kid, and it's so funny because my mom was like throwing all these things that, like, I probably didn't remember till today. Weird. We went to a Pentecostal church. I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and interestingly enough, I was they're talking about, like, killing was a sin, like, the 10 Commandments or whatever. And I was like, let me ask a question. I was like, so if you kill somebody, no matter what, you're a murderer, and it's a 10 Commandment. You've committed a sin. And the preacher's like, yeah, murder is murder. I was like, okay, what about soldiers? They're given a weapon and told to go protect us. So if somebody's protecting and they protect themselves, are they still a murderer? Is that still a sin? And the preacher looked at me with like cuckoo eyes, and versus trying to really go into the theological thing about, even at that age, I think I was provoking, and my mom said, yes, you were provoking because you didn't want to go to church. I was provoking an intelligent response. How old was I? Like, how old was I when I did this? Like 8, 9 years old. But I'm like, I have a question. I was asking questions about obey your mother and your father. I would say, well, what if they're being molested or beaten? Should they listen then? Should they not tell? I was asking the hard questions of the preacher, right? And then she's like, you said, why are there no girl preachers? And that's what he had an answer for. Because in the Bible it said women don't do that, right? He had a response for that. But the rest of it he couldn't give me. He's like, because of he did not have an answer. He looked at me like I was stupid. And like then he dismissed me when I asked about girls being preachers, patted me on the head and sent me away. And I don't think I've never been much for organized religion since then. I always, and people talk about with mental health how people will mask to make others feel comfortable. And I feel like I did that for many years. I was part of the church. And here's the thing, I believe in God, I believe in Source, I believe in an Almighty. I just don't believe the way to get there and the way to worship is so linear and so one way and one sided. And that all the stories in the Bible are true. I don't believe that. I mean, their parables are great. They're great words. I love literature of all sorts, but I don't take it as a lot of people take it. And I don't yuck your yum if you do. I don't. And my mom is very much somebody who, yeah, lived and died by it. She lived and died, did. And her heaven is her heaven. Her heaven is her heaven. I feel like we all deserve that, right? I believe that the Bible, and one of the commandments, it says, it says, have no God above me. It's how they translated it. But the words are, hold no God above your own. So if you believe and you say that you believe in something, I think that it is your duty to live the sacrament of it. If you're going to preach, if you're going to swear by it, you're going to stand in it. You're going to choose a divinity. You're going to choose a deity. You're going to claim a religion. You're going to be a part of that religion. I don't. This is not me, y'all. Then you have to stand in it, and you have to stand by sacraments. You have to live it and embody it. Like you have to be a part of it if you're going to stand it. If you're gonna judgment and you're gonna like damnation people, then you better damn well live it, walk it, breathe it, all the things if you want to go to heaven, right? If you are to the point where you are fanatical about your beliefs, then you better walk it, talk it, breathe it, live it. If you do, you get your heaven, right? But the exact reverse, when you hypocrite it and you bastardize it and you say it but you don't live it, and I think that that's where the awakening comes from in me. Because I wasn't judging you because of it. If anybody says I'm like, okay, I've never tried to convert anybody because I'm like, yeah, me too, I love it, I know. I did it for everyone. I was like, I'm going to church on Sunday because we're supposed to, and that's what we were told to do. And I went there and I didn't hear. I mean, here's the thing though. I have been in church services sitting there in the pantyhose and the slip, and I have heard some of the best messages and life lessons I have ever heard, and I can probably recite them today. I connected to the message, right? But I didn't go out and tell everybody who didn't connect to that message and didn't live the life that message preached. I didn't tell them that they were going to hell and they're pieces of shit. Ever. Right? Jesus sat with the sinners. He did not sit with the saints. And yesterday, whenever I was realizing through my little message, my message yesterday, that in most instances, right? In most instances, when we have these things that come up, like what happened with me, like when you have these power moments, these tribulations where it's boundaries, it's maybe people coming into your life for a reason or a season, and that time is up, and you have to like figure out the next step, right? I feel like that's when I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to that. This message came up, and I want to say that's exactly why I did it. I've said that I grew up being forced to get on my knees and pray, and now I know what it feels like to fall to my knees and thanks for prayer. Who said that? Who said that? That's beautiful, and that made me. It's Katie. I should know that. I love you. That's how I feel about it, right? That's how I feel about it. We were at church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and usually one other time for just some nonsense, like just hanging out down there with other people. Growing up, I was raised Catholic, both sides devoutly religious. I was about family and community, but now it's about money. There's not much of a community of families all together that way. Check is where you make it. Church is everywhere. Yep, church is where you make it, and that's why I love all of y'all. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it. We went to church. We went to church. We went to church. We went to church. But I was never somebody who told you if you didn't go, you were going to go to hell. I've heard those good messages, and those messages have brought me through things. And some of the times in those tower moments, when I'm at my crossroads, I will sit in contemplation and I will sit in meditation and I will sit in journaling. And guess what comes up? Some of those messages, some of those Bible parables, some of those things, right, that matter come up. And so I know that every time that I was in that church, every time I was forced on my knees, if I look at it as a situation where I was forced, I've started to try to reframe those situations and say every single mess I've ever been in has brought me to this message, has given me the strength, has given me the divine guidance to be able to say, I can speak to it because I've been there, right? Um, yep. Um, I have bad things bring. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I thought, Lisa, you're Jewish. It's interesting. I'm getting to do a DNA test. I just took a DNA. That's why I want to take a DNA test. And y'all know me, right? And then we're gonna lighten it a little bit. Y'all know me, right? Y'all know me. And we were talking about getting the ancestry stuff done, and my sister's like, Tammy, not everything is content. I'm like, everything is content. Everything is content. Don't forget to film it. Don't forget to film it. And she's like, you're ridiculous. I was like, why do you want it? She's like, if the kids have taken it. I said, no, I want to take mine because I cannot wait to get online and tell my people I just took a DNA test. Turns out, like that's the only reason that I really want to take it. Woo! What? Holy moly, girl! Girl, I'm telling you what, I'm a little scared of these DNA tests. Now, not really, because my mom was, I am born like almost exactly, like I'm born, my mom and dad were married on January the 4th of 1974. That's their anniversary. My birthday is October 6th, 1974. And my mom always told me, she said, I promise you, other than some abuse she had as a child, don't get me wrong. She's like, shut up, King. I was like, I know, Mom. I mean, she's always been vocal about her trauma as a child. Um, but she saved herself for marriage. Like she never was with any, she had some holdups about it anyhow. Um, okay, about you. Stop. And I won't share any more about it. But uh, so she definitely was like exactly to get to having me in this world, and so I don't have to think about my dad, but I always with my grandparents. Like I really were thinking about my grandparents. All no, oh, like oh, my nanny was not that person, but my other nanny might have been. My mom was like, "Yep." Her mama was a little wild child. She had a couple husbands, quite a few husbands. But I don't know, I keep doing this, and I don't know why it does it. It like takes my screen off. But it's Wake and Bake. We're on our new schedule. I just wanted to come on this morning. It's Monday. We're gonna do on Mondays. We're gonna do a collective card because I'm trying to get to know this deck for the Wisdom of the Avalon. I also want to say that Heather Johns. Can y'all like throw some hearts in the comments, like hearts, light signs, tag a friend, something for me, because I want to send some love to Heather Johns, who really took the time yesterday to make me feel supported and loved and heard and all the things. And I want to send her love, some like heart bomb her. We're gonna send some love bombs. It actually connects a lot of dots to allow me to move forward. I found, and that's the thing, right? And even those situations where you're like taken aback and you take your breath out of you, and that's what the church and all the things. That's what this was about today, right? Even the moments of drinking until you just get drunken eggs the next morning, right? Nothing Nothing is happening in the wrong time. Nothing is happening in the wrong space. Nothing is happening in the wrong moment. Nothing is happening to the wrong person. And I know that a lot of times when we're in our mess, we feel like, why me? And then sometimes when you come out of it, you're like, oh my gosh, so glad it was me. But I said this a couple of years ago. I was like, Katie and I have another mutual friend. I don't know if she's a friend. I wouldn't call her a friend. Someone we both know of. Her name is Leanne Rhodes, and she had a child. Um, And she had been trying to have a second baby and rainbow baby, all the things. And she had a baby, cutest little baby boy. Um, 12 years. I think her other child was like 12, 13 years old when she had this baby. So it was like a big deal to get a new, they've been trying and it happened. And when he was a month old, he was diagnosed with cancer. Neuroblastoma, not neuroblastoma, like the childhood cancer, it's got a big long name. And he was in the hospital, and I mean, his whole first 2 years of life, he was really in it for the fight. You know, one of those kids you see on the TV. He was in a hospital for most of us, like they stayed there, and she really believed it, and she came live and she told us, she's like, you know, in those moments when I went and prayed on my knees, so she's very religious, she's like, you know, why me? Why my baby? And then God showed her, why not you? You can stay at the hospital and still earn your living. You have a gigantic, enormous support staff. You have the ability to handle this, right? I gave this to you because why not you? And when she said that, and I'm telling y'all, I find these messages in the most amazing little pockets. And I don't tune people out. And when I go to graduations and there's a speaker, I don't like roll my eyes because they're going. I listen. I lean in and I listen. When y'all are speaking, I listen. And when she talks about why not me, I have this. It was in a moment when I needed to hear that, right? In a moment where I needed to hear that. And when we start saying why me, why us, why this, why that, I'm like, why not? Why not? So when I'm going through my messes and I don't understand it, I'm like, the bigger the mess is, the bigger the lesson is, right? And I tell y'all, right? It's a blessing, or my blessings are lessons, and my lessons are blessings. And you have to 100%, when you truly, truly believe that, when you can truly be in flow and understand that and lean into that, oh my gosh, the beauty of it, right? But we're so imperfect as humans, right? We're so imperfect as humans that we like to make it hard, right? We like to find a reason and a rhyme and all the things, and like we have to it's not fair, right? Our ego and our personality bodies want to grip onto those things. When we can let go of the gripping of bad shit happening, right? We never ask that question, right? If you won the lottery tonight, right? All your numbers hit. You would not be on your front porch going, why me, God? Why me? You would not be doing that. You would not be doing that, right? We are so programmed, right? If winning the lottery is not your fault, nothing you did wrong, no reason for you to win the lottery, random number selection, why do you not believe that when bad shit happens, like a tree falls over on your house, that it was just the same thing, right? But we believe that we deserve bad stuff. So we have to say, why? What did I do? Why do I deserve this? It puts us in our victim mentality. It puts us in our woe is me mentality, right? And it takes us out of flow. So when I say, whenever something bad happens this weekend, right? When something bad happens, and I told Red, I was like, I didn't ask why. I was like, thank you for the lesson. I'm not mind to ask why. I say the reason why is because whenever I said I am doing something right, I knew I was on a, and y'all see what happened, right? And let me ask this question. Has anybody ever noticed, like when we get on a roll, like anytime like we're vibing super duper high in here, something happens and it cuts it off. We get banned off Facebook. The internet screws up. Something happens every time we are vibrating high. When we are the brighter our light shines in this group, no matter where we are, the brighter we shine, the more, when you're shining bright, all of those bugs, right? All of the things you don't want are attracted, right? The dark is Without the light, there is no dark. So the brighter you shine, the darker the dark is. So the dark has to come and kind of squash it out. They want to piss on your Cheerios, right? I don't like that. Yeah. But what you have to do, and what they're hoping is every time that they cut your light out, every time that they try to dim your light, every time that they try to swarm around it and stuff it out, every time that they try to take you off your feet, every single time they try to do that, the key is consistency, right? The key, and every time this happens, we have to find a new platform, or we have to find a new way to do that, or we have to do something. Am I frozen for everybody else or just y'all? Am I frozen for everybody? No one is going to dim my shine. I've been along, I'm going to come back. But here's the thing, though. It's not about them dimming your shine. It's about them trying to, by snuffing it out, right? By giving you those days when you doubt yourself. By giving you those days where something that all that little like me stuff, right? All the stuff like you and I were talking tonight, it was a good conversation, and the police showed up for the dog, right? Those kind of things. That's how they attack, right? Those little things to pattern interrupt you. Just like I tell you all, right? When you're having stinking thinking and a bad day and all the things are going bad, to stop, pattern interrupt, quit the stinking thinking, and you can fix the problem. The other side of the spectrum is that when things are going great, obstacles get thrown in our way. It's kind of like a video game. We get to a higher level, right? And the higher the level, the bigger the obstacles are, because it doesn't want you to ascend and get to that place you want to be, because that's, it's not keeping you in your place. It's not keeping the world in the same, I have a whole thought about that, but yes. Yes, and that's what we did yesterday, right? That's what I said. I'm not going to wallow in this. I want to get it out. And the tears sometimes and the posts sometimes are my way of letting it go. I have always been an orator on verbal, and I've always been a writer. I've always been someone who had no problem public speaking, and I know after High Women, I'm gonna probably do some work on that as far as being a preacher. Right? I was a preacher. My heart hurt for all the world. The preaching wasn't righteous for a girl. Right? In the springtime, I was baptized in the mighty Colorado. In the winter, I heard the hounds, and I knew I had been found. And with my Savior's name, I laid my weapons down. But I am still around. Right? I am still around, um, and I'll take that ride again and again. And if I have a message, I'm going to share my message. And my legs have got chill bumps, right? I'm going to stand my ground, and I won't be pushed around because I won't back down, right? No, I won't back down. Yeah, right. Exactly what it is, right? We're going to stand in our power now, and we're not going to release it. Now, Heather and I have decided that we are embracing the energy of the crone. We know that our time of being a warrior out in the field, our times of being the maiden and the mother, we have to kind of like, right? But as a preacher, as a teacher, you're fine. Sheila, we're going to tell Sheila this, right? You are never late. Everything is exactly in divine timing. This is exactly where you were supposed to come in at, and you can always watch the replay because it's always there. But I never say I'm late. I'm like, hey, it's all in divine time. And this morning when I got up, I was like, oh, I said, I wanted to get up this morning. I said at 7. I was like, I'm gonna be up and get all the things done. I got breakfast cooking, all the things, and I laid back down to take some deep breaths, and I woke up in a panic. And then I stopped. I was like, time is a construct. I've got plenty of time. All is well. It will be fine. I have 12 to 2 today. I have retreat planning. And then 2 to 3 today, I have an energy session with Carly. And man, I needed. I made a month without any of my stuff done, and I needed adjustment, right? And this is, but this is something that her and I have been working on as a path life regression for me. One of my guides came into her last time we had our session, and it was a healer. It was an old medicine lady. It was like she said she was definitely an herbalist and a kitchen witch, and she is definitely somebody that I'm trying to figure who it is. from where, from what lifetime. It could be from who knows from where. She said she feels like it's an ancestor from this life. Like I should know. Like we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. But I'm also wondering if she'll be able to pick up my mom, who's like obviously not going anywhere. Oh, she is fair. And I think it started this morning because she's been coming in a lot lately. And I think I just allowed it. But as y'all can see, like, see there's no bra on. And I've been buying shirts where I hate wearing a bra. And I have been trying to feel a little empowered about like going back to like not wearing a bra. And they're like, you're wearing a bra to make other people feel comfortable. And I'm okay with that. I'm very much about making everybody feel welcome and comfortable. But my mom had dentures, right? My mom had dentures. And it used to drive me crazy because at a certain age, she just was like, you know what? It didn't look bad. You would never know if she had her mouth closed, right? Until she opened her mouth. But she said, she's like, I wear these to make everybody else happy. They make me miserable. She eats fine. She talks fine. Nothing, right? But she's like, I'm not wearing these anymore. She's like, I wear these to make y'all comfortable. I could not have a tooth in my head and be fine with it, and I'm okay with it. And I'm not doing this to make y'all comfortable anymore. She just, at some point, said, look, I know that y'all don't like this, that y'all are embarrassed, whatever. She said, but I don't give a shit, and y'all, I don't care if y'all care. Get over it. It's not your mouth. You don't know how miserable it is. I can't taste food. It's awful. I'm not wearing these damn things. And for about a week, we were like, oh my God, Mom. You know, we were grown. I'm like, keep it. We're going to the doctor. She's like, I don't give a shit. I ain't wearing them. I'm like, fine, Mom, do you? Within a month, it was just like it was not even a thing. So this morning, I've been buying these shirts, right, that have like, I don't know. I'm going to show y'all. So I don't think that I could go out and this would not be an issue. I mean, a jiggle, right? But I mean, there, you can't even tell. I'm buying shirts that have like, they're built with a little liner, and it doesn't look. I cannot, I mean, they're not terrible. They're not here, but they're here, And I ain't doing it. It's not happening. I'm going to go grocery shopping today in this outfit. I don't have to stitch anything over what you saw. I was like, I might put underwear on. Yes, it's too hot to have a bra on. So I'm gonna lean in and be like, y'all can just get over it. I don't mind wearing tank tops, something like that, but I'm not gonna be, shake them, baby. My money don't wiggle. Like my jingle clap. But we are going to pull a collective card today. Yesterday morning, if you missed Sunday sermon, Sunday sermon, and I'm also because of that song and because of my Reiki 1 and because of some things I have happening, I am also going to look today about becoming ordained because I think that it is time to kind of go back into. I think that I'm a preacher. But not that kind of preacher, the kind that my heart breaks for all the world, where I can actually give people a message and help them, Sunday mornings, as we call it, Sunday sermon. So before I go into this and our card, I want to tell you a couple of things. Number one, don't forget our farm to table class is going to be starting. I'm going to show y'all some graphics here real quick just to catch you up on things. Farm to table class. The tickets are selling fast for this. I am going to post today. This is going to be posted with all of the numbers and the people who collected numbers. I'm going to start collecting money for the tickets today. There are 50 spots. There's a limit of 2 per customer. If you do not win, you will have $20 credit to use towards the purchase of this. What you're going to get in this kit and the farm to table class is that Baby Monster Grow Light. You're gonna get. I'm trying to take my ball mitt while I'm doing this, y'all, because it's wake and bake. I'm awake now. I need to bake. You're gonna get a 2-pot auto pot hydroponic system. I'm gonna take this banner off so you can see the other thing. You're also gonna get a 3x3 infinity gray tent. That is a beautiful tent. I've got one of those a little bit bigger. I am buying this entire kit. You're also gonna get your Coast of Maine Bennington Blend soil, your nutrients, You're eating your seeds, and along with that is going to come a 12-week master grow class. You're going to learn how to germinate your seeds all the way through harvest, trimming, all of the things. And then I'm going to show you after that, farm to table, how to take your trimmings, turn it into tincture, butter, oil, and how to make a recipe with that so that you can then grow and make your own medicine. Now, but Tammy, that's crazy. You're teaching people to do what you do. Hey, if I feed you, you eat today. If I teach you how to eat, you eat forever. And the way the world is going, I want everyone to have the ability and the things that they need to grow their own medicine. And some weird thing that you're not able to get it the way you need to get it. So for that kit, you get that, and we're gonna raffle one off. We're gonna raffle one off. And we are going to then, everybody who buys one will be put into the class. It'll be virtual. We can ship it anywhere and everywhere if you need it. There are 50 spots, $20 a ticket. Get you a ticket. If you don't win, you get your $20 off on the $20 off of the kit. We're going to raffle that off on August the 5th. I'm going to be at Peaksview Hydro next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. There's a vendor event there. I'm going to be up there all day long in Lynchburg, and we're going to do our drawings for our raffle up there. And then we'll go live, talk about who won it. If it's somebody that's local to me, I'll bring it back, and it'll be here for you to pick up. If you're somebody who needs to have it shipped, we'll ship it from there. You will have to cover the cost of the shipping if you are local. I mean, if you are far away, but it should not be that much less than $100 probably to ship it, or right at $100 for all of it shipped. The soil might be heavy. So you might get a $35 credit, and we can have the soil sent versus us shipping it, because that's really, really heavy, and that'll be the biggest expense. Or we'll give you a credit on the soil so that you don't have to worry about shipping that, but you can pick that up any place you live, any garden supply store. So we'll get that done. So I'm going to post today how to get a ticket. You're just going to claim a number, and then I will collect the money on PayPal or Cash App or Venmo. Those are the ways you can pay for the tickets. And then you'll claim your number. Once it's sold out, we're good to go. And it's everything you need in the whole wide world to get you going, including your seed. We're going to walk you through every step of the way. You're going to have lives and Zooms, and you're going to have a 24-hour chat where you can ask questions and show pictures. And it's going to be a great community thing as well. And then we're also, when we take you out of the tent, we're also going to show you some other things that you can grow in your tent, so that you can maybe have tomatoes year-round, real tomatoes year-round, because you can also grow vegetables in that tent. Anything you want to grow is growable in that tent. You can start your seeds for your cucumbers, your tomatoes for gardens, all kinds of different things you can do with that tent other than just cannabis. For me and mine, it's cannabis, right? But that's because we're growing for a business. We're on 4 plants for each time. We have 4 blueberry outside, and then we just harvested all the northern lights, and then behind that we're going to have another run of great white shark, and then we have purple punch, we have gelato, we have wedding cake, we have Skywalker OG, we have all these new strains coming behind it. I'm so excited to make medicine for y'all. I never thought I would long to be in Farm, Virginia. Who knew there was where our lives were going? Girl, you don't have a clue. Wait till you come out here. Wait till you come out here in this country. It'll change your life. But yesterday, whenever we were on Sunday sermon, we read the prayer for forgiveness, and I feel like I need to pray that prayer again this morning. We're going to do this prayer for forgiveness to start our week off with. We're going to ask for forgiveness for we're going to ask for forgiveness. And forgiveness is for us, right? We forgive others for us to release, because we have to release, right? Northern Lights is what I'm using right now. It's a great medicine. It's super duper for pain relief. And we're going to have some recipes that are 100% meant for certain things. Now, I am going to encourage each of you to show back up here on Wednesday night for What's Up Wednesday. I am super duper excited to announce the August Munchie of the Month box. I will have a total Wednesday night. Okay, so Wednesday night I'm going to have a total for what we are donating to the Lemoore CPOSA to help the welcoming back the sailors. Not a whole lot of Munchie of the Month boxes this month. Y'all missed out on those macaroons. But they're going to probably be around for a minute on a little sale. I got some left. I'm going to sell those. That is a munchie box, but as a little treat this week. I'm going to give it the last week to be able to make the money for the charity, and then it's going to go into like probably the first week of August as a treat. But we're going to announce what August. We're going to announce what August munchie is going to be, and not even Mel, who was on here. Mel, look how you're. So Mel is our hippie, is our head hippie in training. She is my personal assistant liaison. She is like the manager of the stock shop, right? And Mel, she has been amazing. Just letting y'all know, like all that little. She's taken Reiki level 1. So we said not only is the love going to go into the cooking, and I'll lay hands on Reiki on. Mel is also going to be in charge of new packaging and putting Reiki in the packaging. And we have a lot. She's going to be putting like affirmations and all kinds of cool stuff. She's got some cool stuff. So you free reign. If you want to draw and like little know things in the box, go for it, right? But her cards came in. The cards came in. Her business cards came in. I wanted to show them to her. They are beautiful. They are beautiful. I don't know if she wants all her information, but these are the Hometown Hippie business cards for Mel. Her cards came in because she needs to, go to festivals and all the things. So that is her little box of business cards. She is as imperative to this happening as I am at this point. Whenever I'm away on retreat, she's going to be running the show. They're going to be running the show, making it happen. A lot of the things that have helped take stuff off my back, it's Mel. When I tell y'all, they're like, God did not give me biological children. That's why I've adopted so many of them in the world. And Mel is definitely one of my adopted babies. They know that. You 100% know that. And it's so funny because like some days she'll message me on the way and says, "Hey, heading that way now. Do you want anything before I come in? Breakfast, things like that." And sometimes we'll grab Bojangles and we'll sit at the table and pack a bowl and have breakfast and kind of figure out a plan for the day before we jump into the day. And let me tell y'all, I'm going to cry again. My mom was like, give her kudos because it's things like this because y'all know food is my love language and y'all know that. I talk about it all the time. Like when I feed you, I tell Mel, like, I can't pay you a lot. Now she's already gotten one raise and I'm waiting on the other one, right? I said, but I can't pay you a lot. I was like, but I promise you, I'm gonna feed you and get you fucked up. That's the French benefits with me, right? You get fed and fucked up. So you get medicine, and I don't mean it in that way. Like it's just funny because it like was S. And but she'll come in and like I'll be like doing something, right? I'll be in my office and I'll be doing something, and when they'll come in and I'll set everything up, and when I walk into the living room to like get my breakfast, it's not like a bag is sitting there. I'm talking like they get the ketchup out of the refrigerator because I know I like cold ketchup. There's the straws in my drink or my coffee sitting there. The biscuit is out. It's it's all of my things. It's like it's just like hey, and every day I try to show my appreciation, and it's because every day I don't feel taken advantage of. I don't feel any of those things because I feel very much like Mel cares about this business and about my family and about me, just like I care about her family. And so Red said last night, he's like, Mel's going to be with us for the long haul, right? I was like, yes. He's like, okay, because that's family. And when her cards came in, he was like, I want cards. So him and Evan are getting cards too. And they let Mel, I like those. I like the shit out of those. And I was like, good. So my family is very blessed for you, Melanie. Mel, very, 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 very blessed that you're here with us, and I just want you to know that. And it's hard in these days and ages. This is my dream. This is my baby, and it was I manifested Mel. I did, and he'll tell you. I'd come by her work, and I would say, "Go ahead and stay working for a minute. Don't you go nowhere." I said, "But you know what? You can come work for me." Yeah, Tammy, I don't see you though. She's like, yeah. And honestly, I manifested, the source told me you have to hire somebody. You have to hire somebody. And I was like, who? I was like, I've asked people, it's gonna blow me off. Nobody wants it. I need somebody who has a passion for this that I do. And I know this is my child, but I feel like this, my baby, Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles, my child, I feel like is in the right hands when I'm not here. Like I love Mel here to hand out orders and do the things and all the stuff. And I trust it. Like I don't go, I'm not worried about my business when when I'm not holding it. And it's the first time and the first person who's ever been involved in my business where I didn't feel nervous about it when I left it with that person. I didn't feel like they were going to cheat me, rob me. I didn't feel like they were going to not give a shit about it, not care about the part of it. Mel knows how much the woo-woo means. She knows how much the cannabis means, my reputation, the integrity of it all. And I am just so incredibly blessed and thankful for Mel. And I just wanted to make sure that she knew that. And I think that we should all take more time in our life to thank those people and to let them know that they're in our life who are, you know what, this is what I'm going to do today. This is what just came up, and Mel, you're the reason, right? We're gonna do a prayer for gratitude today because gratitude raises the vibration. And we're gonna do the prayer of gratitude today. Then we're gonna pull our card and we're gonna get off of here and get things in the world going. So if y'all could do me a few favors, we talk about inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit, right? You take some deep breaths. Smell the birthday cake, blow out the candles, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Prayer for gratitude. Today, Creator of the universe, my heart is filled with gratitude for the gifts you have given me. Thank you for the opportunity to experience this beautiful body and this wonderful mind. Today, Source, I want to express my gratitude for everything I have received from you. I know the way to say thank you for life is by fully enjoying every moment of my life. And the only way to enjoy every moment is to love. Today, I will express all the love and happiness that exists in my heart. I will love your creations. I will love myself. And I will love the people who live with me. I know that life is too short to waste in misery and drama with people I love. I will enjoy the presence of the people I love, respecting their choices in life as I respect my own. Today, I will graciously receive your gifts by enjoying your gifts, by enjoying the beauty of all your creation. Help me be as generous as you are, to share what I have with the generosity, just as you share your gifts so generously with me. Help me to become a master of gratitude, generosity, and love so that I can enjoy all of your creations. Today, God, help me to manifest my creation as you manifest the universe, to express the beauty of my spirit in the supreme art of the human, the art of dreaming my life. Today, Lord, I give you all my gratitude and I love you because you have given me life. Amen. And can the church say amen? Can the church say amen? That is a beautiful prayer. And I want every single person who can hear my voice now, whenever you hear it, I am grateful for you. I love you just the way you are, just as you are. I love you. And I'm grateful for you. All right, we're going to pull a card. Now, if you are new here, this is your first time in, don't forget Thursday nights. I'm going to put this up. Thursday nights, we have our heart space meditation. That runs at 8 o'clock on Zoom. We get together, we do earth healing meditation. We're going to be doing a lot new of love work on that. That is definitely a love-based meditation. I'm trying to get that down. I'm not sure it's taking it down yet. Come on, thing. Y'all might just look. There we go. There I am. There I am. Sheila, you've made a wonderful difference in my life too. For every single one of you who tell me that I make a difference in your life, every single one of you. You have no idea the impact of your love and your presence, the blessing it is to my family and myself. When I say I'm grateful, I am so grateful for y'all. I am so eternally grateful for this community. And I am so blessed that you all decided to become a member of this. When God told me, when he spoke to me and he says, if you build it, they will come. You have to put it out there. You're not meant to join another community. You're meant to create your own community. You need to lead your community. And I didn't want to be the leader of a community. I love to, this is the messages that I'm getting. And Heather knows. And Tanya Lee, who's one of our Grateful Fed members, did a collective reading last night. If y'all have not already, please go follow Tanya Lee at Harmonia Friends. If somebody can drop her link in the comments so people can find her on YouTube. She does tarot galleries. She has classes. If you are someone who would like to learn how to do tarot, I never say it right. Tarot. I'm so country, y'all. It's country mouse, city mouse, right? Tarot cards. Country's cornbread, right? If you're somebody who'd like to learn, I would suggest Tanya Lee's class. I'm going to be taking it. I am going to sign up for her membership. Her collective reading last night was off the charts. And she does a weekly like zodiac sign reading, and I would just suggest that y'all all go over there. Definitely go over there. But the thing is that, like Heather said, that collective card was for me last night. And it was about, I'm learning some lessons, right? And I'm at a tower moment. I'm learning some lessons. I love you too. We are going to, we're going to pull this card real quick for the collective, and then we're going to get off of here. I love y'all so very much. Katie, you'll talk soon about getting on that podcast. I can't wait to have you on there. So we're going to take some deep breaths and we're going to do the forgiveness prayer. We're going to call in our angels, guides, and our helpers, all of those people who are there to support us, our elementals, our ancestors, our spirit guides, our animal totems, whoever is out there in that great big universe that's meant to guide and help us get the answers we need. We're asking for the card for the collective to give you in the right path today. What is the message for this group watching today and the groups that may be watching this in the future? Give me the right card. Okay. Okay. Interesting. This card keeps popping up. And until somebody listens to it, right? It's going to keep popping up. Perception. It's all, and this is probably for every single one of us, right? It's about taking a step back and seeing things through a different lens. It's about a situation that you're in right now, and you can't see the forest for the trees, right? You can't see the forest for the trees. And that was like a path, right? But there's a forest there. You can't see the forest for the trees. Have you heard back from the food show? Because I feel like you either did or will soon. I have not yet. I need to check this morning. I've not checked this morning. You're making me wonder now, right? This is perception, right? And it's about being able to take yourself out of that situation and look at it from above or different angles. And so today, as you go through life, maybe things look one way, but it's reminding us to take a step back, look at it through a different lens. Maybe you're struggling with a partnership or a friendship right now, and you need to take a moment to put on their glasses and look at the situation through their lens. That's what I'm getting from this card. Let's look up and see what the book says. To the book! To the book! Perception. This marker requires you to contemplate how you look at the world. Through what eyes do you see? Do you peer through those of prejudice or judgment? Are you watching your present circumstances by projecting your past? This is the time to slow down and to observe from all angles. This calls for objectivity and willingness to examine your life and others through a neutral pair of eyes. Within you, awareness is transcending. Your ego's separated sense of self. Rise above it. See through your soul and know that things aren't always as they appear to be. This marker brings clarity and asks you to look and to wait. Perhaps all you need to do is to relax and put on another pair of glasses. Then what is in front of you might be magically transformed. Perception is everything. Take no further action until you see how this message applies to your current situation. Then once you've shifted your perception, You may find that this was all that you needed to do. Switch perceptions, put on different glasses, look at it from a different angle. Stop and be cautious. How are you looking through the world? Through your programming, through your judgment, right? A lot of us do that, right? I'm judging and perceiving myself like I'm stressed over not wearing a bra out because I've been programmed to do that, right? I am judging myself because here's the thing, because I have judged others. I have been in Walmart like, oh my god, that woman's put a bra on. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff, right? So whenever we worry about judgment, it's not about them, it's about us. We are taking pieces of our past and projecting them onto our present, into our future. I'm going to encourage you not to do that. And there are threes. I don't know if y'all can see this like I can. There are threes across the board here. There are threes across the board here. So three is our number for today. Today's Wake and Bake is brought to you by the number three. Three. Thrice. I don't know why that's tickling me to death. If I don't wear a bra, they flop under my arms. My money don't jiggle jiggle. That's my damn joke. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle. Faux show. It's brought to you by the number three, and perception, perception, perception. Right? Little flop. That's what I'll say. Um, and perception, and gratitude, and forgiveness. Right? Here's the thing, though. Whenever, and I feel like some things are such twofold kind of things. Like, is my birds back? My birds are back in town. The hummingbirds are back in town. So on that note, y'all, I appreciate you coming with me this morning. Remember to go out today, look at the world through a new set of eyes, without judgment, without projecting your past onto your present. Remember that to give as much gratitude to the universe. Be grateful for all that you have. It's a way to raise the vibration. If you can do me a favor, on today's post, I would like to start getting interaction on our Monday, like our Magic Monday post. Go and look and set your intention for the day. Go read that post for me. It'll help get that up in the algorithms. Tomorrow is going to be Testimonial Tuesday. Get those testimonials ready, a chance to win. We have so much stuff coming up this week. I love each and every one of you. If you need me, I'll be in meetings all day. Just send me an email or message, and I'll get back to you when I can. On that note, peace, love, and feast. And as always, stay elevated. Love y'all. Have a good day.